Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really interested in is, of course, more backstory for the character of Supreme Leader Snoke, and exactly how J.J. will utilize the character in this movie. Now, we do know that J.J. will be exploring the past of different characters like Kylo Ren, Rey, Luke, and even Snoke and Leia, in order to really give us a better idea of these characters before the events of the sequel trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a major hint and or indicator of a new name that's being used for the character of Supreme Leader Snoke in Episode 9. Specifically, a description of Kylo Ren and Richard E. Grant's character on board of a bridge of a large starship. It's described that they are discussing matters of what to do next during one of the space battles. It's described that they are using spare ships and weapons that once belonged to the Wise. It's said that part of the story of the First Order in the film is how the First Order wants revenge on Rey and the Resistance for killing the Wise. It's said that this will be used as a revenge factor for the First Order by trying to avenge Snoke's death. However, it's described that somebody within the First Order learns the truth of what Kylo Ren did. It's hinted to be General Hux. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this and as to why I think it's a very interesting story element in the plot of Episode 9. Now, you can really see where JJ is going this. He's really doing a what-if scenario from Return of the Jedi. It's kind of like imagining if Return of the Jedi and Palpatine's death was the middle film of the original trilogy, and exactly how the third film of that trilogy would be explored after the death of Palpatine. It seems as though that JJ wants to explore that element of how the First Order views the death of Snoke and exactly what they're doing about it and what Kylo Ren knows, and how somebody within the First Order, most likely General Hux, actually ends up knowing the truth. Now, I want to go over Snoke's new name being used in Episode 9. Now, this new general, or this new admiral, whoever he really is, portrayed by Richard E. Grant, he's playing a tyrannical First Order officer, it seems, and from the leaked photographs that we saw a couple of weeks ago, he's got that black outfit on, he's got the black hat. You can really see how he's going to be a Tarkin figure in this movie. So with that being said, they're using spare ships and weapons from the Wise, quote-unquote, and that they want revenge for the death of the Wise in, of course, Episode 8, now going into Episode 9 against both Rey and the Resistance. Kylo Ren informs the First Order essentially of who killed Snoke and exactly what happened during the events of The Last Jedi. Now, what I find very intriguing, though, is could this very well be a hint that he is indeed Emperor Palpatine, or should I say Darth Plagueis? Now, I don't think he's necessarily Darth Plagueis just because he's being called the Wise, quote-unquote. I think it's a callback to what, of course, Kylo Ren said on the bridge of Starkiller Base when he was talking to Han Solo, when he said, "No, the Supreme Leader is wise." I believe that they're expanding off of that idea, and it does make a lot of sense now because we do know that J.J. Abrams came up with that line of dialogue in the script for Episode 7 where, basically Adam Driver's Kylo Ren refers to him as, the Wise, basically. So it is a callback to Darth Plagueis without a doubt, but is this a real hint that he is indeed Darth Plagueis? Not necessarily. It's a possibility for sure, but we'll have to wait and see. The First Order ends up knowing the truth of exactly who killed Supreme Leader Snoke. It seems as though that the Resistance would tell General Hux the truth about what Rey did to the Supreme Leader in The Last Jedi. Or should I say what Kylo Ren did through Rey. Because Rey knows the truth, she probably told the Resistance, and hence the Resistance would tell General Hux. So you can see how the word can get around. Now, the thing here is this. We do know that General Hux has a smaller role in this movie in comparison to The Last Jedi. However, it's going to be more vital to the plot. And the fact that it's going to be more vital to the plot, you can really see how General Hux would hold the information that would tear the First Order into two. Now, the thing here is this: we do know that Richard E. Grant's character is a character that knows General Hux. He is a rival against Hux. He actually knew Hux's father, so you can see the whole entire circle going around here based within the First Order. As far as Snoke's new name being thrown around in this movie, you can see how JJ wants to really give new meanings to some of the characters, like Kylo, Rey, and of course, Snoke. So them being referred to as something different, entirely new, in this movie I think is rather interesting, how they're using new names for these characters in certain sequences on and off. Now, the next thing that I do want to go over, and the last thing, alright, is, let's say, for example, General Hux does indeed tell the truth to the First Order. This would most certainly make a lot of sense about why some of the stormtroopers were fighting other stormtroopers in the previous actual descriptions that we went over, I would say about 4 months ago or so. And a lot of people were trying to wonder exactly why were stormtroopers going up against other stormtroopers. It's very likely that the truth gets out about who killed Supreme Leader Snoke, and that it was no other than the new Supreme Leader himself, Kylo Ren. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.